Hello, everyone. Once again, welcome to another session. As you must have known from the invite, that today we are going to do a live workshop on another new topic, right? Before moving on to today's topic, let me introduce myself and my co-colleagues. My name is Vishal, and I'm from GoldenLion Consulting Services. And today, I have also joined by my co-host Nikita and Saeed. Nikita and Saeed, welcome to this session.
Thank you, Vishal, and welcome everyone. We are very glad to have you all. Excited.
Right. Yes, yeah, sorry, welcome. As you know that from the topic, today we are going to discuss on a new topic that is like the OCR app that we have developed with on top of Zoho Creator, right? So before moving on, let me just give you a little background of what GoldenLion does and who we are. We are GoldenLion Consulting Services. We have been associated with Zoho for the last like 15 years now. Mostly like we focus only on Zoho applications and Zoho suite of applications. We completely focus on implementation of Zoho One suite of applications, right? So I would also like to inform you that on a every week on Wednesday we do a lot of like webinars. We do like webinars on various other industry solutions, right? But today, like we are going to do this webinar on the OCR app that we have developed, right? So this is basically from the practical experiences that we have got. There are many occasions like where we face different challenges, many challenges in uploading of the record in the system from various kinds of maybe like your documents. That can be your like passport documents, that can be your the driving licenses or any other documents, right? So based on that, and we got this idea and we thought of removing this problem from your life, right? So we built an application that is an OCR app on top of Zoho's Creator, right? So today in this live workshop, we have also created a presentation which will be headed by Nikita, and then finally we would be also going through the live the system which will be like headed by Saeed. So I would request Nikita if you can please take us through the presentation, and then we would be moving ahead with the live the system. Over to you,
Thank you
Nikita.
so much, Vishal. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. And moving forward, let us dive into the particular presentation that I have prepared. So this is just a small demo of giving you an understanding about what this webinar is about, what we are going to cover, and what is the aim that we have in this particular webinar. So moving forward, let's talk about Zoho Creator first. That is the start of today's show, right? So we are talking about the custom application that we have built on top of Zoho Creator. Now, when we talk about Zoho Creator, it is a particularly app building platform offered by Zoho. So when you talk about Zoho is a cloud-based platform which offers you different applications for different business purposes, different operations. You have Zoho CRM for your customer relationship management. You have Zoho People for your HR management. You have Zoho Books for your accounting management. Now, when you talk about a certain requirement or a certain process that none of these business applications are enough to suffice, that is when Zoho Creator comes in. So it's a low code application development platform that allows you to create custom applications. So you need a custom application that none of the native applications are matching. You have Zoho Creator, which will help you where you can basically build up a particular application right from scratch. Now, with Zoho Creator, it is basically, again, why is it such a plus point? Why is it? What is the main advantage? When we talk about building an application, a custom applications, the first thing that comes in our mind is that, oh, okay, it's all technical, right? We need to have coding knowledge, everything. But when we talk about Zoho Creator, it's so versatile. It's such an easy platform that you don't really need to have a coding background or a coding knowledge to create these applications. These are very like easy to drop and drop, easily customized. It can be well integrated, and then you can manage it. You can access these applications from different devices, whether you're working on a laptop, whether you're working on a mobile. So you have it all available at any time. Now, moving forward, let us talk about the things that we are going to cover in today's webinar. What is the aim? What are contents? The first thing we are going to talk about the struggle of onboarding. So we are talking about our OCR application. So when we talk about onboarding without an application or without an OCR application, whether it is onboarding of customers, whether it is onboarding of vendors, whether you are basically manually inputting details of certain documents like passport, visas, it becomes a very tedious job when you have to do it manually, right? And it is applicable for every industry, irrespective of what industry you're coming from. So this manual process is basically, again, tiresome, tedious, and it creates a lot of commotion within the business processes that you do. So today, what we are going to do, we are going to talk about the struggle of those onboarding processes, those manual processes. We are going to show you a demonstration where we have the main aim to show you how a OCR application is going to read the details of a certain document automatically, and then how it fetches those details into your particular application or within the particular custom forms. We will be building those intelligent forms based on the different use cases, whether you are fetching details from a license, whether you're fetching details from a passport, whether you're fetching details from any kind of identification cards. We are going to talk about how you can build those forms, and then we are also going to discuss some industry specific use cases where these kind of OCR applications can come handy. So that is the main aim. And then last but not the least, if you have any question and answers throughout the session, you have the question and answers box in the bottom of your screen. So just feel free to drop your questions over there, and we would be over here more than happy to answer them. Now, moving forward, here we have a small use case that we have highlighted, but mind you, this is not the only use case, or this is not the only in scenario where a OCR comes into play. It is just going to give you an idea about what it can do, and then you can apply it in your own industry whenever and if it is at all required. So here we are talking about a driver onboarding process in a logistics company. So here we are talking about a transport company which basically onboards hundreds of drivers monthly. They are basically on a regular, like there might be some regular drivers that are working. There are new drivers coming in, so new onboarding. And this driver onboarding process is crucial. You need to have their details, their PAN card, their Aadhaar card, their driving licenses, their identification cards. All of this information is crucial for the particular company to process, right? Now, without an application in place, what was the problem that they were facing? Firstly, it was very tedious. It took them, like, if you're talking about onboarding 50 drivers in one day, you cannot really do it in 5 to 10 minutes. There are specific details, there are specifications that vary for each driver. So you have to make sure that you get this information right. So it was, again, a very time consuming process. And at the same time, there were chances of errors, right? So there could be misinformation, mistyping of information, and that again led to disasters at the end of the scenario. So all of this was now, like, what they basically adopted a creator platform where they created a OCR application which basically made their job a much more easy and much more simpler. So with the OCR that was powered by Zoho, the process basically became seamless. They could simply scan and upload the driver documents, the licenses, or any specific details easily into the system. They did not need to put every important information field by field, word by word. Only a scanning process, a couple of clicks, and you're good to go. So we will be, of course, demonstrating this entire process, how it is working out in the application. Moving forward, what was the challenge that they were facing? So as I mentioned, when we talk about them when we talk about the particular business without a OCR application, there was manual data entry, which again made it very much time consuming, made very error specific. So it again led to frequent errors, misinformation, mistyping of information, all of that. The onboarding process, the entire onboarding and feeding process became quite slow and quite a long one. And then, of course, the customers, the drivers, or the end customers who are basically going to benefit from that, or who are basically going the consumer for that, they were frustrated with this particular long ongoing processes, errors, whether it is the staff that they're working internally working, or the drivers they're onboarding. It causes frustration for both the user as well as the customer. So that was basically main challenges, but then there came a lot of tips and bits challenges all around. Moving forward, what happened after the Zoho Creator? So this is just what I'm giving you an idea about what you're going to show, what we are going to show you next within the system. So here, Saeed over here has actually created a particular application that is going to show you the entire journey that I am dictating to you. So this will help you relate to the application or the demonstration that is coming forward. Now, once this application was created, it basically made a lot of changes for the particular logistics company in a good way. So the document feeding, the document scan became an easy job. They could easily scan the documents in a few seconds, and boom, the information was in your system already. And then you have the auto extract key field instantly. So any particular information, you can basically set it up easily at the back end of the system. We have set up the done settings in such a way so that they extract the exact field, the exact information that is there in your system. So right information comes in at the right place. All your data is directly stored into your Zoho Forms. That is again creating record, creating your master data. So whether you are onboarding drivers, it creates an entire master data of your drivers. Whether you're onboarding your vendors, it creates an entire master data of your vendors in that particular custom application. The admin could review if your processes need any kind of admin reviews. We could set up automations, admin reviews, so that they can do reviews from their end, they can approve, and it gets automatically updated into the system. The onboarding time again was really cut to from 2 to 3 days in just a few minutes. So a process where without application you needed so much of time, so much of manual work, it was all done in just a few seconds. And of course, that all of this led to better experience for the staff, for the drivers, for the vendors, for the customers, everyone. So everyone was like happy at the end of the day. So here the data, again, if you look at this differences, the before and after scenario, when it comes to data entry, the data entry was manual. Before the application, everything was manually input. So when we talk about information in your licenses, PAN card, Aadhaar card, passport, it's a mix of alphabets, numericals, and everything, which is again, you can very easily get some wrong details. There can be some misinformation, and all of this, the OCR basically auto extracted all of this information. No manual data, no chances of errors. When we talk about accuracy, typing manually is prone to errors, spelling mistakes, misinformation, as I mentioned. But with your OCR application, the higher accuracy with automatic data capture. So as the data is automatically captured, no chances of errors. Onboarding time was reduced from 2 to 3 days to with a few minutes or so. The staff workload, so doing it manually was also a pressure on the staff. So much of time was wasted in basically just inputting data, which was not really fruitful at the end of the day. But with this particular system, the staff could basically give more emphasis on their job, their actual job, instead of wasting time on data entry that was taken care of with the OCR application so easily and conveniently. And last but not the least, the experiences of the users, the drivers. Without the application, there were delays, there were repeated visits for correction, repeated information being taken. So that again created commotion, irritation between the users and everyone. But with the application, it was a smooth process. There was no repeated information that was need to be taken, no to rechecking, and all was done within few minutes. Now, I think I have given you enough understanding, enough verbal understanding of what we are going to cover. So without further ado, I'll just pop it over to Saib, who is basically our Zoho expert of our team. So Saib, over to you. If you could kindly take us through the system and what we are going to present to our customers today.
Thank you, Nikita, for such a wonderful presentation. And now I'm going to take you to the system where I will showcase different use cases where OCR can be used. So I'm going to share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
So here, before starting the demo of the system, I would like to showcase what are the images or what are the inputs that can be used to fetch data from an OCR model. Here, for this webinar, I have considered three type of documents. First one is passport, where I will show you some images that there may be different type of passports of different countries for of different person. So we are going to extract the text from this passport document. We also have driving license, as we have few photos here also. I will show you for that. So these are some images of driving license of different people, so that this will be used to extract text from each and every place here. We also have PAN cards, some sample images that we are going to showcase in this demo. So before starting the demo of the system, I have already mentioned that these three type of documents are used for this webinar purpose only. In your case, it may be a different document like an invoice or a delivery challan or maybe a bill or any other document that is actually required for you to capture through an OCR, because you are entering it manually or there are mistakes while you are entering. Here, to target different type of industries like logistics, vendor onboarding, that is applicable for all companies, and smart travel booking system. Here, I have used three different documents that I have just shown, that is PAN card, passport, and a driving license in three different industries, and showcased what is the benefit of using the OCR model in Zoho Creator. So let me start from the logistics driver verification. I have created this app for driver verification, especially for logistics or any other industry where each and every driver should be certified and should be allocated for an vehicle that he or she will be driving. Now, before onboarding a driver into the company and making sure that he is a genuine one, we need to verify all their documents. Now, to start, we have different drivers that may come and go. So it is a very clumsy process that needs to be updated time to time. And I will showcase how this can be done using OCR model in Zoho Creator. So in driver verification, we have this first option, that is document type. There may be different documents which we would like to upload to verify a driver's identity. We are choosing driving license in this case, and we will upload an image of the driving license. Let me go to the folder and let us take the first image. So once I click on the image upload option, I can have different uploading mediums, like from the local PC or local storage from Google Drive or Zoho Work Drive. So we have different cloud as well as local information from where I can upload the image. So after the image is uploaded, for this webinar, I have specially showcased the raw output, which is fetched by that AI model, which is trained to extract correct values from the images. Whereas when you're using at an customer end, so we can remove this raw output information so that the form looks very clean. So once this raw output, we can see there may be different characters that are identified by an OCR AI model. Here, after I click the process button, here is the process button. After I click that button, here we can see all the information are auto fetched, like license number is auto fetched from the image. The raw output, it is already cleaned properly so that you get a best output of all the raw text. Let me also showcase the image from which we have extracted the text. This is the image from where we have extracted the text into this form. Here we have took the DL number, that is 20080022135. So all this other information that is present in different places in this document, I have fetched all those data into an clean and proper output. So we have this license number, name, date of birth, father's name, gender, issue date, valid till, and authority details, as well as state of issue. Now, you can also automate to a next level where if the valid till date is expired, means the valid till date is earlier than today's date, then you can stop the verification process immediately. So this type of validations can also be included in this model. Now, after we have fetched all this information, here we can input some more information for other details. Like we have fleet ID or vehicle assigned. We can write the very vehicle name. We can choose the driver role. These are all for this webinar purpose only. In your case, you may have different fields, maybe less or more as per your requirement. For this webinar, I have kept very common fields that we need to maintain for a driver identity verification process. After that, we can choose the driver role, vehicle classes allowed. There are different heavy, light, and motor vehicles. The different codes are there. We can enter the mobile number here. We can mention the email ID. We can also have an emergency contact name, emergency contact number. Now we can put the address. So you can put this as per your requirement. You can have all the countries list here. Now you can finally update the background check status if it is pending or clear. Suppose we are marking it as pending in this case, and we are submitting this document. After this data is submitted, we can have a report of all drivers. All the drivers where the verification is pending or approved or rejected, and we can have all the images over here so that we can check who are the drivers that are currently involved with our organization. So after driver's identity is verified, you can directly go to the edit option and you can check the background check status at clear. So here we have a list report for all this information. The number of information, you can filter it from here also. We have different filter options for all the fields. If you want to filter the rejected drivers, if you want to filter by the name, if you want to track if someone's driving license is going to expire in this month, that also can be done from this filter option. And also, as we know that we can also configure auto notification and email facility from Zoho Creator. Now let us go to the next form where we have this vendor onboarding process. As we know, all our organizations have different vendors that we are associated with, and we need to maintain and the documents that are associated with the parties or companies. And at the time of onboarding, we need to verify that documents also. So for vendor process onboarding, we can choose the document type as PAN card. Now we can choose the PAN card image. Let us choose the first image. I will also showcase in this form that how different PAN card images will produce different raw outputs, and you don't have to do any manual intervention here. Suppose I have uploaded the first image. I have not done the final process yet, but I can see that the PAN card number is DFA PL 97628. Now, if I have uploaded a wrong image, I can also upload any other image, maybe the second one, and it takes some time, and we can also see the next output is also generated. So this is totally automated by a trained OCR model that we have trained for this webinar. Now you can upload any PAN card image and it will fetch all the data in that PAN card automatically. And also if it is any other document, we can configure for that also. So let me click on the process button again. Now we can see this information is auto-populated. This information, the PAN card number, full name, father name, and date of birth is automatically populated, and it is the cleaned version of this raw output. We can choose the vendor type. These are all information that we are maintaining for this webinar purpose. For in your case, it may be a different target form, different target industry, different fields that are associated with the form. Now we can write the business name. For this webinar, we have kept the business name as single line. You can also use it as a lookup and have a different master module for all the companies that are associated with your organization. We can have an address, can input an email ID here. Now we can have a phone number. If you entered any wrong phone number that are not up to the correct digits, it will already give you a message that it is not a valid phone number. So these all checks are handled by Zoho Creator. After entering all this information, now we can see that the error has gone and all this information is saved. Like logistics driver verification, we also have a report for all vendors. So all the vendors which are associated with your organization can be viewed from here. Their documents, not only PAN card, maybe you can have more documents associated with the vendor and company. You can all store it here, and you can also filter out that which are the vendors that are individuals, that are companies, that are private companies. You can all fetch from here. Now you can export this easily using this option. You can print it out. You can also export in Excel, PDF, and all other options available here. This is present for all the reports. Now let us go to the smart travel bookings, which is prepared for the travel agency, especially when we can do a hotel or airline booking from this page. While we are doing an travel booking, we can choose a document that is passport, which is a common document when we travel. We can have the passport image. Let me choose a passport image. Take some time, few seconds to fetch the raw output. For this use case, we know that different travel companies need to get the documents of all the passengers or all the travelers and maintain their information in order to book a ticket or book an hotel, book an sightseeing or any other use case. Now we can see the raw output is generated. We can click on the process button and we can see all this information is automatically generated. So you don't have to manually input for all the passengers that are associated with the traveler or any other information that needs to be entered manually. I will also show you that which passport I have generated right now. Let us see the image for once. This is the passport. There are different passports having different information. So for this use case, we have actually fetched the raw output of this passport. So all this information is fetched in this form, and it is autofilled here. Now we can also validate that if a passport is going to expire in next 3 months or 6 months, you can stop the verification or process, or you can stop from proceeding further. These all validations can be customized and included in the Zoho Creator application. For this webinar, I have made it very simple, and as we have different other fields here, like from city airport to city airport, this can also be a lookup. For this webinar, I have kept it as a single line field, but it can be a lookup of different airports and cities. So let us input from city, a destination city, departure date, return date. So Zoho Creator has that capability to validate that departure date cannot be earlier than today's date. The return date can have different validations for that also. So this all can be accommodated and customized in Zoho Creator. For this, I have kept it very simple. We can have a trip type. We can have more options here. We can choose a preferred class. We can input a phone number. We can use an email. And we can have a number of travelers. These all fields are kept for this demo purpose only. So we can submit. As we can see the travel booking added successfully, we can go to all bookings report and we have a list view of all the travelers that are associated with our bookings. So we can also view the image here. We can already as we know that we can export from all these options. So this was the whole system which I have shown right now. So we have taken 3 documents for this webinar, but it can be different documents, different fields, and different use cases where you can use this OCR model to automatically fetch data from that image or PDF so that you don't have to manually input every time. So thank you. Now I will hand over to Nikita and she will continue.
Thank you, Sai, for the wonderful presentation. It was quite informative. Now, following, of course, what Saeed has shown us, it is quite a small demo or a small dummy of what you can achieve. So, if you have any further like similar requirements, you can basically go ahead, ask those questions to us, or book a one-on-one meeting. Now, if you have any questions, you have the question and answer session box. You can drop your questions over there, and we would be more than happy to answer them.
Okay. So if you have any questions, you can please raise your questions. So very nicely demonstrated by Saeed. So what we have done over here is we have taken a single use case and we have demonstrated you the benefits of this particular application, the OCR, but there can be multiple use cases based upon your requirements and like your business. So definitely, as Nikita mentioned, we can get into one-on-one call. You can book a slot with us, and we would love to understand your requirements. And then, like as Said mentioned, like there can be like a lot of automations that we can also do. We can set up those notifications as well. We can tailor it basically as per your requirements, right? Now, if there is any questions, you can please share your questions in the question answer chat box, and we would love to answer them. Now,
To give you more idea about us, like who we are, as Bishal already mentioned, that we do have a 15 years of experience with skilled members. So all our members are certified with either of the Zoho applications, keep renewing their knowledges, and you can know more about us on our website. You can visit our website where you can see about the different customers that we have served globally. You can also visit our Zoho site and see the partners page where we hold the highest number of testimonials, something that we're really proud of. And if you want to come to our website, which is www.glionconsulting.com, here you will find a lot about our business, our company, the team that we have. All You can know us personally. If you want to have a one-on-one session with us, you will find the calendar link right over here where you can book a preferable date and time that suits you, and we'll be sharing the meeting invite. And then we also have the customer section where you can have a fair idea about our existing businesses, the existing businesses that are using our solutions, whom we have served, the testimonials, their experiences, what they have to share about us. So all of it is there live on the website. So we would love you to come over the website, have a visit, look for yourself, and also a one-on-one session to discuss anything that you need to know about Zoho or you need help with. So yes. So if you have any questions, you can drop down them in the question answer box, and we will be staying tuned with you with more such webinars that we are planning for the future. Okay, I see no questions, so I think we can wrap up the session for today. Saeed, Bishal, what do you think?
Yes, sure.
right, I see. Yeah, I see there are no other questions. So
No worries. So if you have any questions, book a session and we will be there to have a one-on-one chat with you. Thank you so much for joining, and we look forward to seeing you in our next webinar, which we'll be informing you soon about. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
thank you, everyone. Bye bye.